Welcome to this week's Movie Math, giving you an in-depth analysis of the box office for the weekend of June 8th, as two franchises do what franchises do best, bring in the big bucks. Yes, both 20th Century Fox and DreamWorks Animation went home happy this weekend, with the overall box office up around 30% from the same time last year. And that's because there was something for everyone. For families, there was Madagascar 3, which proved the demographics' impressive box office muscle by nabbing the center ring. The opening was a tad under the debut of Madagascar 2, but was yet another solid win for Katzenberg and Company. In fact, for the past 2 years, only Kung Fu Panda 2 didn't open at number 1. But hey, even with all his training, nobody would expect Poe to defeat Zach Galifianakis. This winning streak shows that while Illumination Entertainment and Blue Sky Studios are certainly in the game, DreamWorks Animation continues to be Disney Pixar's true competition. If only Disney hadn't pushed Katzenberg out in the 1990s. Revenge is a dish best served cold, as in cold hard box office cash. Expect Madagascar 3 to continue to do well thanks to tremendous word of mouth. Everyone loved it on BTT, it got an A on CinemaScore, and after seeing the film on Saturday myself, I'd say it can't be beat for pure fun. However, it's only got one more week until Pixar's Brave is released, when Merida herself hopes to score a bullseye with family audiences. As for the other big franchise this weekend, that would be Alien. Has 20th Century Fox relaunched another of their franchises after the success with X-Men First Class, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and The Three Stooges? Well, yes and no. Prometheus opened somewhere between what the industry was projecting and, in an effort to lower expectations, what Fox itself predicted. That's an impressive number for an R-rated flick, yet audiences walked away less than thrilled. Prometheus got an 8.5 here on BTT, where audiences noted that the story was only half-baked, while on CinemaScore the movie got a B. That poor word of mouth had an immediate effect on Prometheus, with the film dropping 24% from Friday to Saturday. By comparison, last weekend, Snow White and the Huntsman went up 2.8% from Friday to Saturday. However, once again, overseas numbers came to the rescue, as worldwide Prometheus seems to be a must-see. So we might indeed see a sequel to Prometheus, just as we're going to be seeing a sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. Or will we? The fantasy picks seemed to wither as fast as the Evil Queen this weekend, dropping 60% in just its second frame. Does that mean Universal jumped the gun when they announced last week that a sequel was being fast-tracked? Most likely no. So Universal realizes that Snow White and the Huntsman is not a perfect movie. That's because when Relativity Media announced Mirror Mirror, it became a race to theaters, with both films suffering creatively. However, now that Universal is the clear winner and there's obvious audience interest in the world they've created, now they can take their time and deliver a sequel that's beauty is more than just skin deep. All three leads are contracted for 2 sequels, and Deadline reports that first-time director Rupert Sanders is also likely to return, and get it right this time. To help him out, Universal is shelling out the big bucks for one of Hollywood's most prolific franchise screenwriters, David Koepp. But Koepp's work is decidedly hit or miss, having written Jurassic Park and Spider-Man, but also Indiana Jones 4 and Angels and Demons. But interestingly, he also wrote Panic Room, which was Kristen Stewart's first major on-screen role. That Hollywood, it really is a small town. As for the rest of the box office, blockbusters Men in Black 3 and Battleship highlighted the negative aspects of movie franchises, as both buckled under the weight of their own budgets. Even impressive overseas box office numbers won't save these flicks, because remember, a studio only gets half of a movie's box office haul. Meanwhile, the Avengers continued to impress, now up to $1.4 billion worldwide. And some would say that Moonrise Kingdom is the Avengers of the specialty box office. Adding just 80 more screens, Wes Anderson's quirky portrait of young love cracked the top 10, while continuing to boast an impressive per-theater average. In fact, on its opening weekend, Moonrise Kingdom nabbed the record for the biggest per-theater average ever for a live-action movie. With this kind of heat, expect Moonrise Kingdom to make its way to a theater near you quite soon, if not already. As for this coming weekend, don't be surprised if Madagascar 3 or Prometheus or both hold on to the top spots, with Rock of Ages predicted to debut with just $35 million, and That's My Boy with $28 million. And since we're in the heart of franchise season, how do you think it's going? Do you want to see a Prometheus 2, Madagascar 4, or Snow White and the Huntsman 2? Be sure to share your thoughts down below. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.